A young girl spent 800 yuan to buy an abandoned small courtyard, planning to renovate it and continue living there afterward. To check the actual condition inside the yard, she walked into an alley overgrown with weeds. Before long, the dreadful courtyard came into view. It was clear that the area around the entire courtyard was already covered with weeds, and there was no way anyone could live there in the short term. Also, this courtyard has been abandoned for quite a long time, so the overall renovation timeline will not be short. However, it just so happens that there is a relative living nearby, and during the renovation period she can stay at their home, so Xiaomei does not need to worry about the renovation taking too long. Although she bought the courtyard for a very low price, the house's overall condition is still not very optimistic, and Xiaomei also cannot renovate the courtyard through her own efforts alone. Later on, she will still need to hire professional workers to come and clean it up so that the entire renovation timeline can be greatly shortened. Even so, renovating the house will still take about half a year since it has been abandoned for far too long and many of the facilities need to be repaired. After confirming there were no issues with the yard, the workers arrived very quickly, and with the help of professional tools, the cleanup progressed at a fairly fast pace. After everything was cleaned up, there wasn't much extra work needed, so they quickly moved on to the yard. To speed up the yard's renovation, Xiaomei stayed nearby and documented the whole process, so she could track how the house renovation was progressing, while also recording all the yard's groundwork. With the workers' cleanup, the yard is slowly getting cleaner. However, pulling weeds is only a small part of the yard renovation, since the interior and walls still need to be refurbished later. Seeing Jielu, Xiaomei began to worry about the overall renovation schedule for the whole house. With the continued cleaning, the yard has gotten much cleaner. To make the courtyard look cleaner and brighter, the workers also cleared away all the excess weeds, which helps increase the natural light throughout the entire courtyard. The old water storage pond also needs to be cleaned out in advance, so it can function properly later on. Although this courtyard has been abandoned for quite a long time, once it is renovated, it will indeed look quite nice. The most important thing is that the yard has plenty of room inside, so living there later will definitely be comfortable. Luckily, with professional workers handling it, the weeds were cleared out quickly. Although the yard has already been cleaned up, the later renovation is the main focus. What we can see right now is simply that it's a bit cleaner than before. For it to be suitable for normal living, there is still quite a lot of work that needs to be done afterward. You can see there is still a fairly large open area around the house. This area is also part of the yard's footprint, but because it is so large, only basic cleanup could be done. After the workers spent half a month on it, the weeds inside the yard have been completely cleared. Now the yard looks very clean and tidy, and the house also feels very inviting. The exterior of the house does not need too much decoration. You only need to renovate the inside, and then you can move in and live comfortably.